Ahoy, fourth graders! Welcome to Unit 8, Lesson 2. Today we'll be looking at numerical patterns, which is different than geometric patterns, and they use numbers. So this one has the first three terms of a pattern are shown below. Remember, terms are the different shapes or numbers or objects used. What could the next three terms be? Explain how you know. So this pattern, I see a 1, 2, 4. Now that could be the part that repeats, so I could extend the pattern by doing another set of 1, 2, and 4. So following as if it were an ABC pattern. Now I know that this could work because this could be used as that repeating term. When I look again at the pattern and my answer in exercise 1, I can extend the pattern in a different way. So instead of extending it as 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, I could think about doing it this way, where I take 1, 2, 4 first, so that's the beginning of our pattern. And then maybe I go back and do a 2, and then a 1. So it's almost like I'm sandwiching that 4. And then it would go back and do, this would be the next repeating term. So then I might do a 1, 2, 4, 2, 1 again. So you could see that if I split this pattern in half, the repeating term would consist of 5 different terms. So patterns, again, there's a lot of flexibility with them as long as you're making sure that they repeat. Now, just like we had growing patterns with shapes, we have growing patterns with numbers. These patterns below involve one operation. That means they just add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Now, considering they're growing, they probably add or multiply because those are operations that cause something to grow. So we're going to describe each pattern and identify the next term in it. So we have 775, then 800, then 825, then 850, and then 875. So the first thing I want to do is look at how did they get 775 to become 800? What would the operation have to be? One way to solve this would be either to subtract, or actually I think I've already figured it out. If I did subtract 800 minus 775, I would have to borrow, of course. Oops, that should be a 9. And I would find that there's 25 in between. Now I just have to check my work. Does that work from 800 to get to 825? It does. So this pattern is adding, oops, let me make a better addition sign, 25 each time. So the next term, 875 plus 25, if you think of like quarters, oops, geez Louise, my marker's crazy today. If you think of the next term here, it would be 900. Let's take a look at the next one. We have 3, 6, 12, 24, then 48. Now we can check again the addition, just like I did in the last problem, because it was adding 25. So for this term, 3 to become 6, you would add 3. But does that work for 6 to become 12? No, because 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, so it's not addition. So let's think about multiplication then. What about 3 times 2? That gives me 6. But then does 6 times 2 give me 12? Yes, it does. And 12 times 2 would give me 24. Awesome. So the operation for this one is times 2, which means the next term I'd have to take 48 times 2. So let's do that next to find the next term. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1, 9. So the next term would be 96. Now, we've learned a lot about growing patterns, but now we're going to learn about shrinking patterns. Shrinking patterns are patterns that actually go down or decrease over time. The patterns below involve one operation, so most likely they will be subtracting or dividing. Describe each pattern and identify the next term in it. So in this one, we have 800 to 400 to 200 to 100 to 50. Now, right away, I noticed that subtraction wouldn't work. Because if I'm trying to get from 800 to 400, I'd have to subtract 400. But minus 400 wouldn't work here because that's too much. So it must be division. So let's think about, how does 400 become 800? Well, I'd have to take 400 times 2. And because they're partners, that means 800 divided by 2 would give me 400. Well, does that work? 400 divided by 2 is 200. Yes. Okay, so I found it. So it's dividing by 2, and it works for the rest of the pattern because 100 divided by 2 is 50. So that means 50 divided by 2 would give you the next one. Well, think of quarters. How many quarters does it take to make 50 cents? 2, each quarter being worth 25 cents. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. That'd be the next term. All right, let's take a look at the next pattern. This one has 72, 63, 54, 45, 36. Okay, so 72 to 63. Using subtraction, that'd be minus 9. 63 minus 9 would give me 54. Oh, I found it already. 54 minus 9 would give me 45. So minus 9 is the rule. And so it's shrinking by decreasing by 9. So then 36 minus 9 will give me the next fact. Well, 36 minus 9, if you don't know it off the top of your head, you can always do that subtraction, is 27. So 27 would be my next term. All right, let's try the next one. 132 to 119 to 106 to 93. So I'm not really recognizing any division that could work. So let's try subtraction and see if that works for the others. So 132 minus 119. Borrow, 12 minus 9, 3, 1, 13. Okay, so let's see if that works for the next one. So they're subtracting 13 each time, possibly. So I'm trying this next term, 119 minus 13 to see, or excuse me, 119 minus 106 to see if the difference is, yay, 13. Okay, so the rule is subtracting 13 each time. So then the next term I would find by doing 80 minus 13. Have to borrow, 10 minus 3 is 7, 7 minus 1 is 6. So 67 is the next term. The last one here, did you notice how from going to 100,000 to 10,000 to 1,000, did you notice how they're dropping off a 0 each time? Well, remember, with that to be possible with magic zeros, you would have to divide. It's like you're canceling a 0 each time, so it's dropping off to create the next number. So in order to do that, I would have to not subtract 10, because that wouldn't work, would it? You would have to divide by 10. So think about it. 100,000 divided by 10 would cancel one of those zeros, and it would become 10,000. And then 10,000 divided by 10 would cancel a 0, and it would become 1,000. So on and so forth until you get to 100 divided by 10 equals 10. So we found the rule is dividing by 10. So that means the next term would be 10 divided by 10, which equals 1. All right, so on this page, we're actually introducing a challenge. So this time you're going to be doing patterns that have 2 operations. So that means we're going to describe each pattern and then identify the next 2 terms. So that means how you get to the first term to the second term is different than how you get to the second term to the third term. So there's 2 different operations happening. So to get from 1 to get to 3, I'm just going to have to do a little guess and check here, and I might need to erase some of my work. So one way to get there would be to add 2. Then the next term, 3 to get to 4, is just adding 1. Okay, so that means now I'm ready for that first part again. So 4 to get to 12, I should be able to add 2, and right away I can see that is not going to work. So erase. It is not plus 2 as the first step. Now, the second operation, plus 1, could work. So I just have to figure out then how did they get between 1 to become 3 and 4 to become 12? Well, another way to do this is times 3. So is that the first step? Times 3 works here, and then plus 1 to get 4, and then 4 times 3 to get 12. That works. And then 12 plus 1 to get 13. So I finally found it. So these are the two terms, times 3 plus 1. So that's like the rule. And then the next two terms, so they did times 3 plus 1, times 3 plus 1. So next, to find the next two terms, I'd have to take 121 times 3. So let's do that one next. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. So 363, and then I'd have to take that plus 1 to get the second term there. Perfect. So now we'll do the same work, but on the next pattern. So how did they get 2 to become 6? So one way to do that is to add 4. Let's just try that first. So plus 4. And then 6 to become 5 would be minus 1. Okay, so then my next step would be to do add 4 again, but 5 to become 15 definitely doesn't work. Okay, so back to the grind here, back to the beginning. 2 to become 6. 2 times 3. So then 6 minus 1 still works. Then 5 times 3 to become 15. Yay! And then 15 minus 1 to become 14. Yay! I found it. So that means times 3 minus 1 times 3. Okay, so that is our rule. Times 3 minus 1 this time. A little different than the one above. So we ended on the times 3 step, so that means I just have to do minus 1. So that would be 122 for the next term. And then I'd have to do times 3, 122 times 3, to get the last term. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. All right, so I found the next two terms. Yay! At this point, I'd like you to pause the video and try number 14. I won't be checking it as part of your ticket, but I'd like you to get a little independent here and try it on your own. For your ticket today, I will be checking these. You're first going to describe the pattern, so is it growing or shrinking, and then identify the next term in it. Remember that growing patterns increase, shrinking patterns decrease. Next time, on the next one, you're going to describe the pattern. Again, is it growing or shrinking? And then identify the next two terms in it. So as a hint, this one will have two operations like the one I was showing you on the last page. Good luck. I know you'll do swell.